What's going on, everybody? Talk from Average Gamer Guys back yet again. Finally back into some Halo Wars 2 action, and this is a video I've been meaning to do for just a little bit. I wanted to take a look at the current state of Halo Wars 2. So we are actually coming up on the year release of this game, believe it or not. Crazy to think that, especially as we're about to roll into the new year. And I feel like it's been a long time. It's been a long time since we played the game. It's definitely been a long time for me since I've gotten into it. I've jumped into it. I'll hit it here or there, mostly just for the Awakening the Nightmare campaign. Working through the different achievements. I finally finished out the achievement list, which I'm super happy about, as has Sloth, which is pretty neat for us. But in this, I wanted to kind of test something out. And I kind of have a little bit of a theory, and we'll have to see. I can't do in this single video tell you if it's going to exactly pan out or not. But I do have a theory, and I think I might be onto a little bit of something here as we get moving forward. So first and foremost, if you're new to the channel, really do appreciate you stopping by. If you're a fan of Halo Wars 2, we do have a ton, and I mean a ton, of content up. I will say this is definitely one game that's going to stay close to my heart. No matter what time or when it is, for the sole fact that this really is the one game that actually kind of got our channel started. So if you are just picking this up and you need some help with deck building guides for Blitz, or a little bit of strategy tips for multiplayer, or any campaign walkthroughs, achievement guides, make sure to stick around in the channel, subscribe, check out our playlist. Like I said, we have a ton of stuff up. And, new subscribers, we always appreciate it. And we really do love chatting with everybody in the comments as well. Anybody that's been here for a little while knows that. So hopefully you'll stick around. But let's get to the video. So my theory is, especially with us rolling into the new year, this game being on sale actually for a decent amount for like Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all the deals they had going on. And really just for the holidays in general, people typically, they get games, they put them on their wish list, maybe stuff that they haven't gotten, especially when games go on sale. I know I do the same thing. You just pick some stuff up that maybe you wouldn't originally bought when it first came out, but definitely because it's on sale and because, there's good deals going on and you're looking for gifts to get, people pick up games and put games on their wish list. So my theory is that with the holiday season, and again with the deals that happen during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, my theory is that we might get an influx of folks into this game. Now I could be completely wrong there, but my theory I think is going to pan out to be decently true, and I can say that just based on this little bit of, I guess, kind of test evidence that I did just a little bit ago with this game, by queuing up some ranked 2v2 Blitz and some ranked 3v3 Blitz. Now what I ended up doing is I really just went and I tried to queue up each of the different matches and see if I was, one, able to even get into the matches, or two, more importantly, how long it took me to find a match. Now, the one thing going against my theory up front, like I said, it is just a theory. I'm hopeful, but it is just a theory at this point, is that I did try to queue up once. I tried to queue up solo 1v1. I queued it up multiple times, never found a match. Now, I didn't sit there for 40 minutes or so, but I would say I sat there for probably about a good 15, maybe 10 minutes per queue. Queued up, I think, twice, maybe 3 times. Could not find a match. So that is in ones, so I'll kind of keep that as a little bit of an outlier, but I will tell you, I then queued up twos, and then, which is the gameplay you're seeing right here. We did pretty good. Twos partner, appreciate you. We queued up twos, really didn't have too much of a problem finding that. I found that match probably within about 2 minutes. I didn't even have to extend the search radius, which is actually really big. And then I ended up queuing threes, which we'll get to that match here in just a second and talk through some of the gameplay. And I found that match probably in the same amount, if not less time, which I was really, really surprised about. But at the same token, I think just goes to show that there has been a little bit of life brought back into this game, which is really, really neat. I'm super excited about that. Like I said, this is always going to be a game that me and Sloth kind of hold close to our hearts because it really did get our channel going. We really do appreciate it, and this game was a ton of fun. I know the DLC release and everything like that they had going on, it didn't go exactly the way that they wanted it to go, but I will tell you, as far as the core game, the mechanics, obviously there were balancing issues, but the mechanics, the storyline, a lot of it was really, really good. I will say this is probably one of the more fun campaigns that I've had, and DLC add-on campaign missions that we've had, that I've played, in my video game career, which has been pretty long. Obviously, this is a different type of game. It's definitely something that you have to enjoy. I don't think the influx of people is going to be, tremendous. We're not going to get a double-sized player base because the game went on sale. But I will tell you, the fact that I was able to find the 2s games and the 3s games as quickly as I was, with a good varying level of degrees of people, and their levels in the game, I thought that was important. It wasn't all just like level 1 players. It was people that were, in the lower levels as well, some mid-tier, and some even levels that were higher than me. I thought that was a good sign that there's going to be a little bit of, revitalization, and also probably a pretty decent core group of people that do still play this game. So if you picked it up, you played it like we did, and you beat the campaign, and you got all the achievements, and you kind of put it down for a little bit, I wouldn't be afraid to pick this back up and to jump back into it. To be honest, I think you're going to have some success finding games. I think the playlist updates that they've done to make some of the Blitz games and matches the same, as far as Blitz cards all being evened out, I think is another reason why lower tier players, lower level players, don't have to be as afraid to get into this, for the sole fact that they're not at a disadvantage anymore. You can, have just single variations of the cards, not open any Blitz packs, and still come in with the same level units as, everybody else. I think that's really, really awesome, to be honest. So I'm pretty happy about that. Like I said, this is just a little bit of theory crafting. I definitely need more iterations to test to see if I'm actually correct. But like I said, if this is a game that you enjoyed playing and you want to get back into it, you want to have some fun and honestly go and get back into the multiplayer side of things, my recommendation to you would be drop into this game, right around Christmas time, especially everybody's on vacation, everybody's away from school, things like that. Drop into it over the holidays, especially after Christmas. Between Christmas and New Year's, I think is going to be a good opportunity. Again, everybody that picks it up for Christmas, they're going to want to pop it in, they're going to want to get it downloaded, and they're going to want to play. And I think that is a great time to be able to do that. And I think it's going to have a revitalization to the player base. So it's, again, obviously going to make it a lot more fun to be able to play, because there's going to be more people playing, and I think it'll be a good opportunity to kind of get back into it and just have some fun. So I know I am going to be jumping back into it. I know we've done a ton of strategies for, again, Blitz and all of the campaign stuff, so we're probably not going to stick too much on that. But if I do have an inkling, or I can get Sloth to jump into with me, I think we'll try to get in, do a little bit of 2s gameplay. Maybe if you can find a 3rd, we'll do some 3s gameplay and just have some fun with it. Like I said, strategy wise, really fun game. I really, really did enjoy Blitz. I think it was the most fun match type that we had, but we even didn't explore Firefight nearly as much as I would have liked. So I think that would be a fun and interesting thing to do as well. So like I said, that's my theory. I hope I'm right. I really, really do, because I would like to see this be one of the games that kind of survives. I think moving forward, they can learn from their lesson just a little bit by doing a few things. Obviously, they need to communicate better when it comes to the DLC releases. That was, I think, one of the things that scared a lot of people off from the game, made them a little wary of picking it up, just because the DLC releases, what happened, especially with Awakening the Nightmare, which, to be honest with you, Awakening the Nightmare was the best DLC that they had. Not only just in the amount of content, but the variation in game modes, as well as the leaders. as well as the missions. I mean, again, the campaign missions were awesome, very well thought out, all of them very different. So it gave you a good chance to just do a lot of different stuff and really just a lot of content for the money. But again, I think had they announced that earlier, had they announced that they were going to do that, upon release of the game, or as soon as they knew that they were going to do that and not include it with the package, I think things would have gone a whole lot better. The other thing I'll say is I think doing 6 months of DLC where they do it 1 month in a row at a time, I think that honestly might have been a little bit of a mistake. And the reason I say that is because you essentially get the 6 months, you do Awakening the Nightmare in month 7, and then after about a month after that, there's no, I hate to say it, but there's no real reason to continue to play the game. You knew you didn't have any other DLC going. At that point, if you're a real hardcore, die-hard player, you've probably already maxed out the level cap, so you don't have a whole lot to do there. If you're going to grind the competitive side of it, sure, but as the numbers of people and the strategy kind of waned a little bit from the game, as they were trying to figure out the balance updates, I will definitely say that I think a lot of even the hardcore players just kind of gave up on it. So I think moving forward, if they ever do a third one, which I really, really sincerely hope they do, because again, I really did enjoy this game, I think the one thing that we can learn from it, or the studio can learn from it, would be that don't submit yourself to just 6 months of DLC. Guarantee that you're going to stay in the game and you're going to keep it fresh and updated. If you want to do guaranteed amount of leaders, drops, or content updates, that's absolutely cool. But I think just keep an open mind as far as continuing to progress with the game. This honestly feels like one of those games where if they were to do, another $20 DLC in, 2 months or 3 months or so, guaranteeing some more campaign missions, maybe another sort of type of, something, I don't know, game mode or more leaders, I'd be really inclined to pick it up. I honestly would. And I think they could just kind of continue to expand on the story, especially with Atriox. So it'll just be really, really interesting to see. But yeah, so a little bit of theory crafting. Like I said, I had no problem finding 2 or 3 matches. So if you're looking to get into some games, now's probably a good chance. Hop into it. Get in over Christmas, especially between Christmas and the New Year. And I think you're going to have a good chance of finding some matches and kind of bringing the game back a little bit, which is really, really cool, really, really fun. So look forward to it. Hopefully I'll see you guys on there, and as always, just appreciate the support of the channel, appreciate you guys hanging around and just spending a few minutes of your day with me and watching this one. If there is anything strategy related or anything like that, or you need any help with campaign missions, like I said, check our playlist, but drop a comment down below, and we'll love to see if we can get a video up or something Halo Wars 2 related that we might not already. So again, Doc from Average Gamer, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.